How you doing, buddy?
I am great.
Man,
hectic, but great.
I know. Yes, you've been busy. Rope James,
Very.
thank you for coming by. This is our second interview.
Yes.
Last time you were in Chicago was kind of like really quick, in and out, super busy. I know you're busy today, but I'm so glad that you had the time.
Thanks for having me.
To come through. Because you promised me.
I did, and I'm here.
Okay.
So I keep promises.
Now, but the one thing though, Ro, I was hurt.
What?
All in my little ticker.
Tell me what?
You didn't post our interview.
When? I probably didn't
it.
even get it.
Well, Eddie then was slipping.
Eddie slipping, because I didn't get it.
I
And Maggie had told me about that too, and I was like, I don't remember ever seeing the recap.
I put it up.
So send it to me again. That's easy.
I will, and then
we got a new one.
Yes,
so,
yes. So I'm glad I'm catching you because, first of all, I love the fact that you're here in Chicago. You're going to be performing.
Sure.
You guys had already did a couple cities, so you're kind of at the tail
We're
end.
like, for sure.
Yeah, you got like one more city to go. I know. You tired?
It's no sleep.
No
sleep.
Man.
But it's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Doing what you love.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. So you're here in Chicago, and what I am loving though is you have BJ the Chicago Kid
From Chicago. Yes, it's great.
I interviewed him too.
He's great.
He's amazing. How did you guys link up?
I've known BJ for about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, and
how? Like, how did that?
So when I first started, I knew this amazing photographer, Sarah McCogan, and I put out my first song, Pledge Allegiance, and she shot it for me. And we had already been good friends, so she was like, you got to meet this guy. She's like, do you know BJ? And I was like, no, I don't know BJ. And she let me hear his music, and I was like, what?
Crazy, right?
Crazy. Soul.
Yes.
And we're young, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, he gets it, you know what I mean? So she's like, you guys have to meet. So she introduced us, and we've been friends ever since. And just watching each other. That was before our deals. That was before everything.
Wow. So now how is it to like actually show the world, this friendship, this thing that you guys have, put together for so long? Because I'm pretty sure before this, you guys have worked in the studio, sung songs together, right?
We've definitely been in the studio, supported each other, gone in the studio, ideas shared, but we've never had the time to do a tour.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we were trying to establish our own individual careers and whatnot. So, I mean, it was always something we spoke about, but now we actually had the chance to make it happen. And it was us that put it together.
Wow.
Not our agents, not our label, just us. Like, you know what? We're in between album cycles. I hadn't put out anything in 2 years. He hadn't put anything out in 2 years. And we had this new music we were about to release, little EPs and stuff. And it was like, let's get in and put on a show for R&B, for people that love R&B, because they always say R&B is dead, you know?
Right.
And I feel like R&B is on the re-emergence, resurgence from SZA to Daniel Caesar to us, Luke James, like just so many different people. And it's like, let's bring back that feeling, you know what I mean? And so we put it together and we did it.
Did you guys have to also put your own finances
into it? Of course.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. So that makes you really appreciate it even more. It
makes you appreciate it. I mean, but at the same time, you believe in yourself, so you invest in yourself.
Right. How do you, go about doing that? I mean, as I would say more of an artist, kind of being independent in your own way. How do you, it might be a little hard and challenging to get people to,
tap on.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I'm not actually independent. I'm signed to Sony RCA.
Well, I know.
But
right there. See, this is what I mean. Yeah. I know the inner workings. Even though you're signed, you still have to.
You still have to work. You still got to grind. You still got to go out and make your own relationships.
That's what I mean.
You still got to make your own appointments. You got to shoot your own visuals. Like I do all my stuff, honestly.
Right.
I style myself, do my own video treatments, everything. Write my music, arrangements, concepts, all of it is me. So I don't feel any way because I wouldn't want anybody to dictate my creative anyway.
Got you.
You know what I mean? I'm myself. I'm very strong-minded about who I am and what I want to present for the world. So, but it's not easy, financially. You have to put that money you make right back into yourself. You know? And that's anything, I guess.
It's like having your own,
it's your own business. I make my own schedule. I get up with, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I want to be great. So I actually make it.
Right.
work.
Yes.
I know I have an interview and I might be tired from the night before. I'm gonna go to the interview because it helps with my business. You know,
you did it today.
Yeah, we right here.
Yeah. You did it today.
For sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah. But one thing from El Dorado, that was your first album that you put out. But now you put out an EP. What made you decide to put out an EP instead of a full album?
The way I decided to do my career and to present my art. When I first started, I put out an EP called Coke, Jack, and Cadillacs. Coke represented my first girlfriend. Jack represented myself, smooth but rugged. And then Cadillac was my first car, and it represented my journey, right? And I wanted people to tap into me and my artistry. Like, I've grown up everywhere. I was born in Germany. My father's in the military. My father's also a pastor. My mom's from Panama. I grew up listening to reggae music and Caribbean music, but country music, but rock music at the same time, but still influenced by hip-hop and R&B. So it's like I have all of these different facets of inspiration, and it's like, I don't want people to box me into just being one type of artist. Just know that I can do it all. So I use that to really use my EPs for that, to be able to be my most creative and free, and my album to be my main work, my polished work. So with Smoke, it's like, like I said, it's been 2 years since I put out music. So it's like, a lot of things happened in 2 years. I had a Grammy nomination. I had a girlfriend when I started. We broke up, so now I'm single. It's a whole different, and it's a different feeling, what I mean? Absolutely. When you do something and you have a girlfriend, it's like, I have to be very, now I'm like, I don't have nobody. No, who? I don't have it right. Who?
That's why in this business, speaking of that, do you find it hard having a relationship and now seeing the comparison of when you were in one and now being single? Because I'm single as well, and I find it easier. Like, if I need to go to Vegas or LA, I don't have to be like, okay, it's gonna just be a week and 2 days, and don't worry. And I don't have that worries. I just go. You don't have to really consult.
You need that. You need that.
And being an artist, I feel like you need that. You can't be as creative if you have someone like kind of stopping that.
For sure.
Or not understanding the business.
For sure.
That's the whole thing too.
Yes.
So you do definitely understand that the next person that you get with will.
She has to understand.
She got to understand.
She understand, but you know what? I noticed that a lot of artists deal with this. So they go through breakups and get with somebody else and breakups, because it is hard. It's not easy.
No, it isn't.
And that's the EP, Smoke. It's like, being in that haze of figuring it out. Like, okay, do I like being single? Yeah, I do. But do I miss being in a relationship?
Of
course. I do.
Because
you want somebody that you can lean on, somebody you can talk to in a real way, But the Smoke, like, I felt like I was creating a lot of just dope music, and it's like I've created fire here. So it's the Smoke. But in another sense of it, in the Smoke, it's hazy. You really can't see what's in front of you when you're in the smoke, you know what I mean? But when it clears, you have a clear perspective, you understand. And my next part is called Mirrors.
Right. So when is that coming?
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
So when the smoke clears, you start to reflect and to think about where you've been, what you went through, and talk about it and reflect and grow. Growth comes in reflection. So
I do agree with you. And I thought really the Smoke and Mirrors thing was kind of the world that you were living in.
And that's that too. It's all of that. It's all of that, because everything, entertainment is smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors all day.
The world right now is smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really, really relevant for right now.
How come you weren't at the 2018? Because you're on tour. I'm pretty sure the Billboard Music. Yeah, I was there.
On tour. I wish I was there.
I know.
Next year.
It was crazy though. Red carpet was super crazy.
I already know.
It was like I can't even describe it to you.
I already know.
Plus, with me being a little bit of a smaller outlet, that I don't get as much love. But
what? That's all right. Next year.
Yeah, right.
We're going to be out here next year, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wanted to piggyback off of what you said earlier about you being diverse with your music. So I heard you were at Johnny Cash's album, Forever Woods album. I was like, what made him jump? But I'm talking about Ro here.
I could do anything.
You could do anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing I want to establish in my career, is that I don't live in boxes. I could do anything. And that's what true artistry is. I cook. I design, I draw, I cook everything.
Man, I cook too, man.
You cook? We might have a competition and a collaboration.
What? Yeah.
But yeah.
I cook everything. But
Yeah.
no, I love the diversity because it takes you in that place of, I know Prince is like a real huge influence on you. So he was able to do rock, roll, R&B, you know, no boxes at all. So I love the fact that you keep true to that and keep true to yourself. One thing I know when you first came out, a lot of people were comparing you to D'Angelo. And I thought, how come y'all don't?
You know what? Don't count it out. We're on the same label. And I'm a huge D'Angelo fan. Like, I listen to Voodoo probably every day. I got it in the car right now. Forever. You feel me? The Root is my song of songs. That's the joint. Like, the whole album is crazy. But I would love to collaborate with D'Angelo, Andre 3000. There's a lot of people that I feel like our artistries together would be crazy.
Yeah, so, I agree.
So, I think he's one of them for sure.
I will be on the lookout for that.
Please look out for that. Because
you were on tour, you know, with Maxwell, all these people, Erica, and call them for me and tell them I need an interview. Maxwell's so funny.
I got you.
It's like, get over here and give me
Come on, Max.
Man, come on. But no, you did all with all these people, and I think that, I mean, come on, why not the great D?
Come on.
Jesus.
Come on.
That
has
would be,
to.
Do you know how crazy that would be?
It's going to be crazy. I have the song, too.
You do? Already written out?
I already know. It's already recorded.
Yo, that's good. That would be. Please hit me up.
Let's put it up there. Let's put it in the air.
Please hit me up when this happens, for real.
I got you.
Because I know that Burn Slow.
Thank you.
Just the singing.
Thank you.
I was like, am I pregnant? Or what? Jesus, what happened? I just got pregnant. So,
Word.
you know, that was, I was like looking at the video like, holy smokes, good job, visuals and everything.
Thank you.
You know, and it's funny because a lot of people that you know or that you know, I've either interviewed or worked with before in some capacity. Like I interviewed Luke James, and I know y'all are really cool. So, you know, keep up the really, and you know my girl Gina Green.
Yeah, that's my peeps. That's my peeps.
See, I told you
Gina Green is my people.
We need to just go ahead and hang out,
Come on,
bro.
let's do it.
Yeah, Gina
Good people
Green,
unite, for sure.
Yeah, she was like, because she shot some stuff for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
She was coming around right when I put Permission out. I met her.
Right.
And she had been coming around, so I was like, she's good people.
Shout out to Gina Green.
What's up, Gina Green?
No, but so tonight you are performing at Lincoln Hall in Chicago.
Yep.
Get those tickets. And what time is the performance?
I want to say 9 o'clock.
9, I thought it. Yeah. A little later. And then you guys head to San Francisco? We
go to San Francisco. I have a show tomorrow.
Right.
And then we do L.A.
And then you do L.A.
Then we do L.A., the Troubadour.
And then that rounds it up.
Done. And then
next week?
Album. And I got to turn in my album next week, too.
Okay. So turn in the album next week, and then the EP drops.
Comes on next Friday.
Got a lot going on, bro.
We out here.
But I'm so glad you stopped by.
Thank you for having me, for real.
Okay, so you got to keep in touch.
I will.
You got my number.
You got to pull up at a show. I
got to pull up at a show.
We're going to be at the Billboards next year.
Because last year, was it last year that I interviewed? We went out. I came out, did the after party.
You did.
Even though I had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's a trooper.
Hey, I was like anything
you
from
did
a boy.
You feel me? I love that.
So, you know, hung out with you and Eddie and, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anytime you're in the Chi, you good with me.
Thank you, for sure. Thank you.
So, the next time, you know, your album drops, feel free to come by.
Drop by, and I'm going to come by and bring a copy for you.
Okay.
I got you.
Thank you so much again.
I got you. Thank you, for sure.